World Cup winners, Golden Ball winners, and Golden Boys. These are the 7 top-class players who were ruined by Manchester United. First, we have Donny van de Beek, who played a pivotal role as the attacking midfielder for Ajax in the 2018-19 season, starting almost every match in all competitions. As the team won their first league title in 5 years and surprisingly reached the semifinals of the 2018-19 UEFA Champions League. He was definitely a Premier League level player, and he never got to play. Never, ever. Even in that loan move to Everton, supposed to give him more playing time, he played 5 matches. Then, that's it. Disappeared. Mediocre at best academy players get more opportunities in the first team than Donny. Man United bought him, then abandoned him for some reason. 3 years of his life down the drain. Fans were hoping under a Dutch manager, Donny would finally start games, but he didn't. But if someone comes close to Van de Beek, it's Jaden Sancho. The winger made his international debut aged 18 after a stunning breakthrough with Borussia Dortmund, but a hugely promising career has hit a wall. This dude was on cloud 9, tearing it up in the Bundesliga like a football wizard. Bundesliga team of the season in 2019 and 2020? Check. Almost bagging the Golden Boy and Copa Trophy in 2019? Double check. But then United got him in July 2021, paying £74 million for one of the most coveted players in Europe. But fast forward 2 years and Sancho has gone from being English football's next great hope into a ghost-like figure. Sancho struggled to adapt to his new team as United endured one of their worst ever seasons in the Premier League, finishing 6th and picking up their lowest points total in 30 years. It was also a difficult season on an individual level, as Sancho scored only 3 times in the league. His time with the Red Devils has been a disaster for everyone involved, and the player has not played or trained with the first team since lashing out at Erik ten Hag on social media after being omitted from the squad against Arsenal in September 2023. Jaden Sancho is one of Manchester United's biggest transfer failures. You can't have that type of quality sidelined because of his mindset, period. Thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Another story? Anthony Martial, the golden boy turned what could have been. Back in 2015, this dude was shining so bright that they slapped the golden boy title on him. And when Manchester United came knocking, they didn't just sign him, they made him the priciest teenager on the planet. They even tossed in a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract that if he wins it before 2019, Man United will pay more money to Monaco. Now, looking back, that Ballon d'Or clause seems like a punchline in a comedy show. But hey, it wasn't a joke back then. It meant everyone was betting their chips on Martial becoming the absolute best. Fast forward, and reality hits harder than a Ronaldo free kick. Anthony Martial failed to fulfill the promise he showed at the start of his Manchester United career. He was seen as a promising young talent that United is known to nurture and develop. He scored in his first 2 games for the club, and that iconic goal in his debut against Liverpool at Old Trafford will be remembered by the fans of the Red Devils. However, injuries ruined his Manchester United career as he struggled to stay fit. Also, at times when he was fit, he was struggling to score goals. With Rasmus Højlund in the squad, it is unlikely that Martial will get game time at Manchester United. Next, the Alexis Sanchez saga. A tale of Manchester United hijacking, dreams crashing, and a player who went from superstar to, well, let's just say, not so super. Picture this. United swoops in, steals Sanchez from under City's nose, and from day one of training, you can practically smell the I don't want to be here vibes. This dude, PFA fans Player of the Year in 2015, Copa America Golden Ball winner in 2016. He practically owned the football world. But then, something happened at United. It's like Sanchez misplaced his football mojo or left it at Arsenal. Back in the Arsenal days, Sanchez was the cream of the crop, a hot commodity that every team drooled over. It was as a striker that Sanchez scored many of his 22 Premier League goals during his final full season at Arsenal, a campaign in which Aguero was the only forward to attempt more shots. The extraordinary dip in shot volume since then is surely the simplest explanation for Sanchez's lack of goals. It's not that the shots stopped going in, the shots just stopped. After just 45 appearances, 5 goals, and an estimated £50 million in wages, Manchester United finally got rid of Alexis Sanchez. And they did the same thing with Memphis Depay. This guy joined United from PSV at the age of 21 and was expected to dominate. Mind you, this 21-year-old kid had just finished as top scorer in the Eredivisie and was named France Football Best Young Player in 2015. But he joined Man United and the club found a way to ruin him. Many say he fell to the club's number 7 curse, but whatever you want to call it, those 2 years at United really did a whole lot of damage to Memphis. Memphis Depay claimed even his own Manchester United teammates were baffled by his lack of playing time at Old Trafford. He never managed to settle at Old Trafford and struggled to recapture the form he had during his time in the Netherlands before eventually leaving for pastures new in France, joining Lyon after 33 appearances and scoring only 2 goals in 2 seasons. And how can we keep Pogba out of this list? A tale of leaving to soar only to return and find the wings clipped. Pogba, arguably the midfield maestro of his generation, made the best decision of his life in 2012 when he spread his wings and left the Old Trafford nest. Off to Juventus he went, and oh boy did he fly. Golden Boy in 2013, multiple league titles, a domestic treble in 2015, and even gracing the Champions League final. It was like watching Pogba orchestrate a football symphony. But then came 2016, the year he decided to take a U-turn back to Manchester United, and that's where the troubles began. The pressure, oh the pressure. A record-breaking price tag hung over him like a storm cloud, raining scrutiny from fans and media alike. Landing back at United was anything but a soft landing. The spark from his Juventus days seemed to flicker in the intense spotlight. Sure, he bagged a World Cup with France in 2018, but the what could have been echoes loud. By the time Pogba bid farewell to Manchester United, his career had taken a hit. His time at Manchester United didn't end well, and in France, he's been a disaster since then. Forget football, forget money. It's a disaster for him. He's completely destroyed. He's nothing like the Pogba we used to know. There's no way he'll be back in high-level football. Pogba's second spell at Juventus has also been overshadowed by a series of injuries, as he has only been available to feature in 8 Serie A matches against the past 2 seasons. Last but not least, Harry Maguire. Yeah, we know you were waiting for this. Being made captain only 6 months after his arrival at the club for £80 million did not help lessen the criticism that came his way after a few poor performances during his first campaign at the club. United were in a mess at the time as a club and team, which is another factor that went against him, but he also never helped himself. A lack of confidence and too many errors have stacked up to the point where he has lost his captaincy and place in the team. But let me tell you, this guy is fighting against the system, with the pressure, insults, memes, vitriol, and everything that was thrown at him. It's safe to say Maguire's career should have been ruined, but he insisted he wanted to stay and fight for his place, and now he's slowly getting back to top form, even winning the Premier League Player of the Month award for November 2023. But what club would you say has ruined more players than United? Drop the names in the comments and we'll look into them. Watch these 6 players who were ruined by Barcelona, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!